What's going on, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. So today we're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve announcing tapering, Elon Musk dumping Tesla stock, and also Palantir stock, right? So what the hell just happened there? So without further ado, let's get into it, right? So the Federal Reserve said Wednesday it will begin tapering the pace of its asset purchases for the later in November. On a monthly basis, the reduction will see 10 billion less in treasuries and 5 billion less on mortgage-backed securities. So basically, it's going to be 15 billion each month, and it's going to take until I think the middle of June. So there was only a slight change on the Fed's view on inflation. The post-meeting statement kept the word transitory. So yeah, transitory. It's been, I don't know, 1 year still transitory. So maybe 5 years later they'll still be saying transitory, right? And expects the inflation to last well into next year. So 2-3 years is a transitory period. Don't really know about that one, right? So they also left rates unchanged and taper beginning this month. So if you don't know what that means, so every month they will buy because they've been buying assets at a rate of 120 billion every month. So now they'll buy less. Next month they will buy 105 billion. The month after that 90 billion, and it goes down until it eventually reaches zero. And then we have to see whether they want to raise rates or not. So, but you know, it's transitory, so they might not need to raise rates, right? So if we get like 8% inflation, I don't know what they're gonna say about this. So next, Tesla, Elon Musk dumping Tesla stock, right? So I think this is gonna be really talked about topic. So I'm a little late, as you can see. It was on November 7th, and I'm only reviewing this on November 10th. So actually, I'm thinking of a bit off topic, but I'm thinking of doing like this sort of videos. Basically, I cover what I think are the most significant, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 topics at the end of every week. So let me know what you think about that, right? If you want to see all that, smash up the thumbs up button, and you know, so I can know what your feedback is on it, right? So sorry, a bit of a brain fart there. So Tesla, Elon Musk, much is made of lately of unrealized gains being a means of tax avoidance. So I propose selling 10% of my Tesla stock. So do you support this? And he basically put a Twitter poll out, and it decides basically 28 billion of stock whether it's going to be sold or not. So most people say yes. But I want to talk about the real reason he's probably selling, right? So I think he would have sold it either way, because if and when Elon Musk sells a large chunk of his Tesla shares, it'll probably have to do little with Twitter poll among his loyal followers and everything to do with a multi-billion dollar tax bill. So basically, Elon Musk has about a 15 billion tax bill coming up, because he has stock options that he needs to exercise, right? And his stock options are basically going to be valued at $6 each. So basically, how many times is that? I think it's a 200x. So he needs to pay a lot of capital gains taxes, right? So that's why he needs to liquidate his shares, actually. And you can see after he tweeted this from the all-time high, so from the all-time high until today, it's actually only been 2 or 3 days, and it's down about what? Let's just use from here. Down about 16-17%. So can see that he's actually wiped out about 20% of market value for Tesla. So Elon Musk loses 50 billion on Tesla stock drop. So it's very funny, because he's only supposed to be paying 15 billion in taxes, but actually he lost 50 billion in stock value, right? So very funny. I think he could have been a little bit more transparent. Just said that I have to pay taxes. I don't get any salary in cash. I only get options. So now I have to exercise my options and I have to pay taxes, right? So that's I think that would be a better solution, right? Instead of like dumping the stock 20% in like 2 days. And basically, I think tomorrow maybe it will continue, maybe it won't. Who knows? And yeah, I made a little meme, right? So I'm probably gonna use this as a thumbnail. So the Bogdanov meme. He bought dump it. This is probably how those people are feeling on Friday, right? If they bought at Friday close and Saturday he posts this. So yeah, basically people are feeling like this, right? So yeah, next part of the story is Palantir. So Palantir's earnings have either met or exceeded expectations this quarter. Then $ Palantir stock must be up big today, right? And this guy's face, and Palantir is up, right? And you can see Palantir is not up and Alex Karp is not happy. So why did the stock basically dump like almost 10% in a day after basically they report good results, right? As you can see from the memes, their earnings either met or exceeded expectations this quarter. So I'm not going to go through their earnings, but they actually did very well, and their free cash flow adjustments are going up and up. So why did the stock tumble like this? So I'm basically going to draw an illustration to show you why. Sorry about this. I'm basically going to draw an illustration to show you why the stock will tumble like this, right? So I'm going to draw a chart. So P is price. This is T is time. And basically this is, let's call it C, which is the company, right? So this is the company, this is Palantir. And you have to remember that the company and the stock are two different things, right? So the stock will probably do this. That's a horrible curve, but yeah, something like this. And basically this, by the way, this scale can be anything, right? This can be 0, and this can be 100 and 200, or this can also be, sorry, let me delete this, and or also this can be basically 10 and 20, right? So the rate doesn't really matter, right? Because it can be exponential, or it can be anything, basically, depending on what stock you're looking at or whatever it is, right? So it's just a chart for illustration, right? So let's just use baby Palantir would be 10, 20, and 30. So basically, depending on which point we are at this chart, right, you can see that the stock a lot of the times can get overpriced, and let's call this OP for overpriced, and this can be U for undervalued. Okay, so this is where we want to buy the stock, right? So this places, and this is where the C is basically where we think like the stock's intrinsic value is, right? But yeah, we want to buy below intrinsic value. So I suspect what's happening is the stock is probably somewhere around here now, because or maybe this side of the thing, because a lot has been priced in, because this is a company with a cult-like following. A lot of retail investors are going into it, and no offense, but some of them don't even know how to do discounted cash flow models. So I can't help you with that if you don't even want to learn that. And basically, people always ask me, so does this revolutionary stock, why are you not buying? And basically it's because I have to follow a certain guideline, right? And my guideline says for the return that I want, which is 20%, really high, but that's what I strive for, because it also builds in a margin of safety for me, right? So that's what I strive for, and it says you can't buy this, right? So maybe this is 26 right now, and I basically my model says I can't buy it. So but I'm not going to get into my model today. But basically, this is why it's falling, right? It's because the stock is here, and people's expectations are way up in the sky, right? So like, let me just draw a cloud. Okay, this is really ugly ass cloud. Let me try again. And basically, these are E, right? And basically, this expectations. And basically, the problem with this is when your expectations are sky high, the only way things can go is down, right? And because the stock is so heavily, wait, where's my cursor? Yeah, because the stock is so heavily valued at 26, now maybe it's here at 24. So my intrinsic value calculation puts the whole company at a value really low, because I use a 20% discount rate, right? So that is unimportant, but basically the stock and the company are not the same thing, right? We always have to remember that, because the company seems to be doing well, right? As you can see, it's almost in a linear line going up, right? Which is Palantir's result, which is last quarter it was a good quarter, so G. This quarter is a good quarter, G. Okay, this chart is getting really messy, but basically the growth is there, right? But why is the stock price going down? And I suspect it's because the stock has been priced to perfection, expectations are in the sky, and basically the only way you can go from there is downwards, right? Because you you already priced in all your expectations. You think this Palantir is going to solve all the planet's problem, which it might well do, but you have to understand that the stock and the company are not the same thing. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to share today. So thank you very much for watching to the very end of the video. If you did enjoy the video, smash up the thumbs up button just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and press all. And with that being said, have a fantastic day ahead and peace out.